The project councils consume about 1/3 of our salary cost. So we need to look at that whole administration system, whether we need such a big governance structure for a country like Sri Lanka. So although our government expenditure is about 20% of GDP is in line with international standards, but do we need that kind of expenditure question?
If we are looking at the broader agenda for reform, we've started with taxation. Where do we move from here? SOE, but that's a broad way of describing a challenge.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So I think you see this taxation can't be the only reform to come out of the crisis. It's only one area. Why do you collect taxes? Is to increase government revenue to meet expenditure. So the government should look at reforming public sector. When I say public sector, I'm not talking SOEs. I'm talking of the public service, means the departments like the pensions department, the inland department, the customs, the railways. Those are the departments that service the people. I'm not talking of the business ventures, where we spend about $1 trillion a year in terms of salaries. That will include project council, prices, about all this, right? So I think the government must look at pruning down public expenditure. I know, having said that, it's not easy, it's not overnight. That reform will take, like the tax reform, 3-4 year process, because you can't put the public servants or the military on the road the following next day. So you need to reform that over a period of time. So there must be positive steps taken towards that. At least stop recruitment to government service.
Which has already been done.
Which has already been done, which is a good thing. In my view, reduce whatever the political parties say, the Paraya Sabha layers are too much. I don't think we need so many Paraya Sabhas around this country. The project council layers are too high. So I think the project councils consume about 1/3 of our salary cost. So we need to look at that whole administration system, whether we need such a big governance structure for a country like Sri Lanka. So although our government expenditure is about 20% of GDP is in line with international standards, but do we need that kind of expenditure question? So unless you reform the public sector, the need for cash from the private sector of high taxes will continue. So we need to look at how to pull down that cost. And also, it's important to get the debt sustainable, because we spend about $2 trillion a year on debt, which is double of salaries. Salary $1 trillion is about $2 trillion. So we need to see how we can prune that $2 trillion down. That can happen only if you get some kind of concession from the creditors and defer the payment. I know the interest will be deferred, but some deferment is required. Otherwise, this taxation is not adequate to meet that expenditure.